It's not acceptable. It's it's so bad.
A system outage at Manitoba Student Aid has resulted in a delay in the delivery of student loans. And now, with the school year in full swing, students are scrambling to pay for tuition, books, and housing.
So it's been very stressful.
Becky Colt is a University of Winnipeg student whose start to the school year has been tough because she's still waiting on her student loans. Any attempts to get answers from the Manitoba Student Aid office have been unsuccessful, either being hung up on or forced to wait on hold for hours.
It just seems like it's an absolute mess. And it makes you wonder what is going on inside that building, because there is no reason why there is this level of disorganization.
Colt says students have been left in the worst kind of limbo and feel those affected deserve an apology.
They should be sending out a mass email to every single person who has not received their money yet, apologizing and taking responsibility for this. Then they should also they need to revamp their system, because clearly whatever they are doing is outdated and not working.
Manitoba Student Aid explained the problem behind the delay on its website, and an automatic email sent from MSA indicates the outage has now been resolved, but the backlog that it created remains. Statement from the province indicates 13,400 of 14,500 applications have been assessed, but students should check the online portal as more information could be required to release the funds. Manitoba Student Aid recognizes the importance of the supplemental funding we provide for students, and we continue to work to address the high volume of applications and inquiries received during our peak season. Justin and Jess Gertzen are students at the U of M, and while they recently received their funds from Manitoba Student Aid, they say the delay has already put them in a hard spot.
We weren't able to pay our rent. We had to ask family to help with groceries. Like we're a family of 5, and we tried to get emergency funding. They wouldn't give it to us. Nothing. You know, you live in poverty when you're on student loans, and they're like, hey, let's see if you can live below poverty. And then they do that to you.
President of the University of Manitoba Students Union, Jaron Reiches, says it's critical for students to have access to funding when expected, saying the union has already used a large portion of its fund to help students with emergency expenses.
But that fund isn't huge, right? It's large enough. Right now, I think we've ran through a large portion of it for the entire year, and it's not even the end of first semester, right?
Reiches says the government needs to do a better job listening to student leaders to address numerous issues on campus, including the delay of student loans.
We want to make sure that Manitoba, but as well as the University of Manitoba, are attractive places to come and learn, right? And part of that is making sure that our students feel supported in every aspect. Let's get in a room and figure out how we can solve this issue.
In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.